Thomas Berry once said, "Diversity is the magic. It is the first manifestation, the first beginning of the differentiation of a thing and of simple identity. The greater the diversity, the greater the perfection."
Hi, my name is Chinelo and I'm from Nigeria. Whenever someone asks me to tell a story about my ethnicity, I automatically go to my immigration story. My family came to the United States when I was 5 years old and things were moving very slowly at first. We were living with my uncle and his family, and I had a lot of fun there because my cousins are really fun to play with. My dad found our house about 2 months later, and we moved in, and he got a job, and my mom started going to school. I was stuck at home with my brother because we couldn't go to school at that time because I was too young. And I remember thinking to myself, why are Americans so slow? I ended up going to school, of course, and from the start it was awful. People were so judgmental and they called me all sorts of names because I looked different, I sounded different, and I thought different from everybody else. I ended up going to like 3 different elementary schools because I was apparently too smart for the system. So when I finally got to the school that could nurture my intellectual capacity, I thought things were going to be better. Unfortunately, the teasing continued, and not just through elementary school, but also through middle school. People called me all sorts of names. I got called African booty scratcher. I was told that I looked like a boy, and people made fun of me because my haircut was like really low, like a boy haircut. But one funny thing is because people always said that I showed off too much because I always participated and was like the most active person in the classroom, which I wasn't trying to show off. I was just participating and being the most active person in the classroom. And it wasn't enough that I just immigrated from a different country and was trying to adapt to a new lifestyle, but people felt the need to ask me all sorts of weird, unnecessary questions. I got questions like, in Africa, do you live in a hut? In Africa, do you swing from vines? In Africa, do you live in a jungle? In Africa, do you chase lions and kill them with your bare hands for fun? Can you speak African? What does this mean? Like, people would start clicking at me. And it was so frustrating at first, but I got over it. It might seem like I should be a weak, shy person and I should be very unhappy, but all my experiences as an immigrant actually made me stronger. I have people who can relate to all the crazy, outrageous stories, and we can laugh about it now. And all of these things actually made me stronger. Not only did it make my childhood interesting, but it gives me a nice story to tell later on. I love my ethnicity, and I'm proud to call myself a Nigerian, regardless of what anyone has to say about it.
I have always thought diversity in ethnicity was cool. It can give you a starting block from where your personality shines.
My name is Ileana Gonzalez, and I am Hispanic. Both my parents were born in El Salvador, and they had me here in the U.S. Being Hispanic, my first language was Spanish, and I had to learn English in school, and it kind of took me until first grade to fully understand and speak the language. And being Hispanic has come with a lot of advantages and disadvantages, but being Hispanic, I came to acknowledge my ethnicity and those of others as well. In a diverse environment, I believe I got to experience new things, and diversity gives recognition to the differences of people, and it has made me more accepting of new things and others.
Diversity is not only knowing that there are people who are different. Diversity is embracing and accepting these differences.
My diversity story, ethnicity diversity story, from what I would think would be quite a typical one. I'm a daughter of immigrant parents born here in America, and my parents are from Jamaica, so I call myself proudly a Jamaican. And that's it. I am mostly Jamaican. I grew up there for a part-time, but I've mostly grown up in America. I don't have much of an accent anymore. It's kind of sad to me, but you know, it happens. I'm not the typical Jamaican. I don't listen to reggae music, and the stereotypical smoking weed, which is, no, I don't do that either, and it's just, I'm not the typical Jamaican, but I'm proud of my ethnicity. I am proud to be Jamaican. I am proud to be American and to be me.
When it comes to the topic of ethnicity and race and culture, it's an important thing to stay open-minded, because when you're open-minded, you understand people better and you learn something new and you just get a whole new perspective on the world around you.
Hi, I'm Ashley Karen Batista, and my personal diversity story is, as a Filipino and a Christian, I am diverse with so many people within so many cultures. I can get along with people very easily, and I don't pick the people who I associate with based on their race, religion, or gender. I'm open up to seeing different cultures and getting to know other people who are different from me. I see that diversity is better than being isolated from different cultures in the world. I believe that diversity helps a person grow in learning and brings them knowledge into the differences of people throughout the world. Diversity will help a person understand not to be awkward or afraid of people who are different from them. Diversity is different among ages, gender, and race. Being comfortable with other people will help a person as they encounter others throughout their lives.